everyone, and thank you again for joining us here at Franchise Vibes. And today, we're going to be a little more franchise focused today. The topic that we're going to be focusing on today is going to be more franchise focused. So, next level vibes in 2024, franchising your way to success. And I'm happy for the guest that we have today, Mr. Tim Montgomery. Thank you for joining us today on this topic.
So, Tamika, thank you so much for having me on your show today. It is a privilege to be here. My name is Tim, and I am with the company Resi Brands. Resi stands for residential. Resi Brands is the parent company. We have three franchises under that. The flagship is That One Painter. And then we have Garage Up, a complete garage renovation company, and Pink's Window Cleaning Services. So most of my career, I was in the automobile sector. I was for the last several years, a service advisor at BMW. So I was the guy you called if your check engine light came on or you needed an oil change, etc. Now, my son owns Resi Brands, and he and I began talking, and he would say to me, Dad, I know you love cars, but you will like franchising way better. Well, he was right. I love franchising. It's really a wonderful feeling helping people take steps towards entrepreneurship and creating legacy and wealth. So I absolutely love being part of this team.
Oh, thank you. And I like that little insight as well, because I mean, that's the reason why I'm in this business, as far as really bringing that type of awareness that there is ways to build wealth within the franchise industry. I also like the fact that you mentioned that there's three brands underneath. I do work with brands where there's a parent company, and then there's different companies that's underneath that brand, which I normally I think that that's great because of maybe cross marketing reasons or things of that nature. So that's very interesting.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, good insight. You do get to with those brands, you can be running one and then recommend for their garage needs that you use the other
Absolutely.
one. And I think it's going to become common now for many of our franchisees to go cross-branding themselves and have multiple franchises going within our portfolio, and then you
Right.
get those benefits.
Yeah, that's an awesome benefit. So could you give us a brief overview of what franchising involves and why it's a viable path for entrepreneurs looking to level up in 2024?
Absolutely. So, there's a few things that they say about franchising. One is that franchising is a great way to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I love this. So rather than having to go and reinvent a wheel all by yourself, franchising, you get to step into something that is already doing well, systems that have improved. Think for a moment with me, McDonald's. Uh, you can go out and create your own burger restaurant and try to make it go nationally, globally, etc. Or you can step in into something that's already been proven to work. And while we're talking about McDonald's, let's talk about another thing that's said about franchising. It's a
Mhm.
business in a box. Let's use McDonald's again because we all know them. If you purchase a McDonald's, you literally assemble all the pieces in that box, implement all the procedures, and then almost if by magic, where there was just an empty piece of ground, now stands a fully functionable, recognizable McDonald's. And you can walk in, everything you expect is there. And this is what I love about franchising is stepping into ready-made, already built systems, products, the wherewithal, the knowledge, and the support. The higher level of business that you connect with when you go into franchising,
Mhm.
the franchisor is a partner for you and provides many different levels of support and tools and know-how and coaching, etc. So it's a great way really to go into business for yourself.
All right, and thank you for that. It's funny that you used McDonald's as an example. I normally try to stay away from that only because that's the first thing people think about. You
Yeah,
know, but you're
right,
right, it's
right.
what they know, so it
Yes.
drives the point because even with your business and the brands that you're representing, it has nothing to do with food, right? Everyone, it's nothing to do with food, but
No,
these are great
exactly.
brands
Nothing to do with me.
that
Yes.
you can own. So, what are the key trends that you're seeing in the franchise world, and how can potential franchisees level these trends for success?
Absolutely. I think one of the trends that we're seeing is that home services is really gaining national spotlight. It is getting people's attention. And I think there's been a lot of home service offerings out there that have been very localized, but now these concepts, the ones that have really got the right ideas and a good way of doing things, are going national. And this is attractive to people, and it's attractive to homeowners as well,
Mhm.
to have a standard of excellence that they can connect to anywhere in the country. And then for business owners that, as franchisees, to connect into something that has a concept that is proven in the home services space.
Mhm.
It is a Everybody needs a place to live. And homes require so many ongoing services. So it is a powerful sector to connect into, uh, to grow a business and become successful. Successful.
Awesome. Awesome. So, from your experience, what are the critical factors that contribute to the success in franchising, especially for those that are starting out?
All right. So I think there's a few things. Like when we get asked a lot of times, what do you look for in a candidate that might want to franchise with you? The biggest thing, Tamika, is drive and passion. In other
Hmm.
words, somebody who wants it. The more they want it, the more their excitement they're going to have, the more enthusiasm they're going to have, which means the more energy that they're going to put into this business. And here's the thing. Here's what I love about franchises. A lot of things I love, but one of them is, unlike a job that you show up to and maybe you're paid by the hour, or you're paid a salary, and maybe you're working at 120%, or maybe you put in 200%, but your co-workers, maybe they're putting in 50%. You've been there. I've been there.
Hmm.
And guess what? Even if you're the person putting in 120% and the person in the next cubicle is putting in 50%, if you guys get to visiting, you find out you're paid the same as the one who's putting in half the effort you are. How discouraging is that? But what if it was commensurate with the amount of activity and energy you're putting in? And this is what I love about franchising. The more you pour in, the more potential you have to get back. So we're looking people with drive and ambition and desire, go-getters who want to go out there and get it done.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it's interesting because that's, some of the questions I do ask during consultation is based off around what are their transferable skills, and just it's, the type of question I ask is to kind of bring that out as well, to see where their best fit is. So it makes sense.
Yes, yes.
So let's switch gears a little bit into overcoming challenges. What are some of the most common challenges faced by new franchisees, and how can they overcome these to achieve the success?
That's a great question, Tamika. So one of the challenges you face is you're jumping in, and it's like starting a new job, only this is now your business. But there's a lot of things, right? There's so many moving pieces. And here's what I want to share with you about our particular brand and our company is, remember we said that a franchise is a business in a box. Well, I
Mhm.
don't know about you, but if you want to ruin my day, hand me a box of furniture that you just bought from the store that needs to be assembled. I find it overwhelming. And I'm going to
Mhm.
reference this back to franchising. And
Guilty.
exactly. Now, why is it overwhelming? Is it that I hate putting things together? Actually, that's not it. I've analyzed it. The reason I don't like it is that the instructions are terrible. Oftentimes there are no instructions. It's just illustrations. They don't even put words. And you look at these illustrations and then all these pieces, and you're trying to figure out how to put it together. Well, I have good news for you. In our training, you're going to be given crystal clear instructions of how to put those pieces together. But it gets even better because, again, your question, the challenges. Well, for starters, it's putting it all together, getting the wheels rolling, everything moving. You get crystal clear instructions. And then, guess what? At launch, we connect you with a launch coach for 90 days. You have a living, breathing person that will help you take all those pieces and put
Mhm.
them together, take all of those strategies and start implementing them. And
Got
then
it.
after that launch period, that coach is now replaced with a success coach, and they're there with you forever, continually helping you. So I think it's the guidance, the challenge of putting it all together and getting it going. And with our brand, our company, crystal clear instructions, and then living, breathing persons to people, sorry, to walk you through those steps.
Awesome, awesome. And that again, that comes with going with franchises, right? Is the
Yes,
level of
right.
support
That's
that's
right.
important. So how important is innovation within a franchise model? And what are some of the ways that the franchisees can stay competitive and relevant?
Love this question as well. And again, a lot of it has to do with which company you come on board with. Think with me for a moment. This was not a franchise, but it was a business. Think with me. Sears, Roebuck. What happened to them? What happened to other businesses that have gone under? Sometimes it is simple as they stopped innovating.
Mm,
They no longer listened to the market trends and what customers wanted, and therefore they became irrelevant and went away. You can't do that. So, first of all, connect with a company. If you're going to franchise, connect with one that is relevant, that is innovating, that is cutting edge and that is always staying ahead of the curve and staying relevant. I can tell you at Resi Brands, we move rocket fast with the trends, with what is needed. We are listening to our clients, we're listening to our customers, and we are doing things like, for example, in the home services sector, this is typical. Like we had a stove installed a couple of months ago. Here's what that looks like. You get a call. We will come Tuesday, sometime between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. How do you plan for that? You basically have to take a whole day off of work to get a
mhm.
simple service done that's going to take them 45 minutes once they get there. We don't do that. We set an appointment, 9 o'clock. Guess what? 9 o'clock, we're there. Customers can plan on it. We are constantly changing software that we can offer to our franchisees. We're always looking for new and improved techniques and exploring things, developing things. So, really, staying relevant to a large extent depends on getting in a company that understands this. And at Resi Brands, we are all about innovation, providing the best support and continually improving the services that we offer and continually making the experience better and better.
Okay, awesome. So what tips would you have just thinking about within the teams and making sure to build a strong team? What tips do you have for building and managing a successful team within a franchise operation?
Again, I'm going to reference this back now to our coaching and training. In our
Hmm.
training, we will teach them how to build the teams, what employees they need.
Hmm.
We actually help them with templates for hiring and where to best place the ads for the best results. And then we actually help them. Our coaches will help our franchisees vet these prospective hirings that they want to do. And then we provide the training for those employees. They can send them to headquarters and we will train them for our franchisees. And then it just keeps getting better. Those territory managers that the owner is going to hire, guess what? They are on regular weekly coaching calls with our coaches. So what are we doing at headquarters? The owner has got managers out there doing the job, and they're his employees or her employees, but they're under our tutelage and coaching. And we are helping hold them responsible for the owner of the franchisees and coaching them and helping them build these powerful teams.
Awesome. It's very important. It's very key, actually. Looking beyond the initial setup, what strategies should franchise owners implement for sustainable growth and success?
Sustainable growth, there's a number of things. Number one, we have an in-house marketing department,
Mm,
and we are going to be marketing their territories for them. This is huge for sustainable growth. And we provide cutting edge marketing, cutting edge advertisements. We do the videos, we create the social media accounts for them. We do social media listening. And then we teach them, our franchisees, to network. This is huge for sustainable growth. Network, network, network in all the right places. And we have a whole strategy for that. And we have them quickly build up a referral partner list of at least 100 names, if not more. And when you add in then the marketing that we do, and then we also have an in-house connection center that takes the leads from the marketing department, converts them into bidding appointments for our franchisees. And we call that the new school. One fist. If you're going into a fight, you want two fists. Fist number one, the new school marketing and creating appointments. And then the other fist is the old school. You and your managers will be the politicians of paint. You will shake hands. You will meet people, the right people, and we'll teach you how to do this, who they are, and you will connect with these people and develop relationships that create amazing growth opportunities through regular referrals that you get from your connection partners.
awesome. So, based on your journey, what personal advice would you offer to someone considering franchising as their path to business ownership in 2024? Of course, besides reaching out to Tamika to find out.
Absolutely. So yes, Tamika, that is a great question. And for those of you listening, what I can tell you about Tamika is she is a franchise broker, a consultant, and she represents many brands, and she is able to sort through those with you and help you find a fit that is good for you. So reach out to Tamika. And the other advice I will give is find that brand that fits your values, that fits your needs. Here at That One Painter, we are all about our people and culture. And we have so many people signing with us, and when we ask them, why did you choose us? They say, we love your culture. We have a give back mentality. With That One Painter, we have a program called Paint It Forward. And once a year, each franchisee does a no charge paint job for a family in need, or a single mom who's struggling, or a retired veteran that needs a hand, maybe, or a charity, a nonprofit. And our communities love this. Our franchisees love it. But find a strong company. One of the things that we offer, and this is really huge, is find a franchise company that provides high levels of partnership and support. This is
Mhm.
why you go into franchising, to be in business for yourself. It's your business, but getting support. And I think that we are setting a standard here at Resi Brands and providing some of the highest levels of support you will ever find in any company out there. And it is huge to know you can go forward and you've got a whole group of people. Right now, we have 60 full-time people on staff supporting our franchisees. We're hiring 20 more. We are providing probably the highest level of support that is possible, that has probably ever been done in the franchising world. And whatever company you end up going with, support and culture is key.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. This has been very insightful. Very glad that you did agree to come here and share your knowledge as well. So I would say, just as we wrap up, as a final thought, what's the one key message you'd love to leave with our viewers who are aspiring to franchise their way to success in 2024?
Tamika, that is a great question, and I love it. There's a lot of different angles we can take on this. Here's the one I'm going to go with: creating legacy and wealth, creating a future. Here's the thing. I think everybody dreams of one day being able to retire. And the question I want to ask is, what would you like that retirement to look like? Here's what I've realized. The typical American retirement, except for the few people, is dreary and abysmal. A large percentage of Americans flat out will state, I have no ability to ever retire. I'm going to be working till one day I fall off of that bike that I'm riding. Okay. It's a sad reality. And then for a big percentage of people out there who do feel they can retire, they have relied on the traditional methods. Maybe they have a 401k, they're going to get some Social Security. But the reality is the budget is so tight that it is survival mode. Why do you think all these shows are out there? What is the most affordable city you can move to retire? Why
Mhm.
is that such a constant topic? Because the reality is, for most of us, including myself, except now I'm looking at franchising myself as well as a path forward to a future in retirement. The reality is, we're talking about a budget so tight, it's going to squeeze the life out of you, the joy out of you. And I want to say straight up, Tamika, that's not a retirement. That's
Mhm.
almost like a prison sentence. Okay, I get out of my job, but I'm going to be squeezed all those years really tight. What if you built, and we have a whole program on how to do this.
Mhm.
What if you built a portfolio, and we have a system that allows you to have it managed uh, to where your involvement can be literally just a few hours a week. It's something you can do in retirement to fund a lifestyle in retirement that you maybe never thought you could have. And this can provide a path forward to retire with dignity and style and class and breathing room. So that excites me.
Awesome, awesome. That was a great end to the segment. Thank you so much again for joining us today. And yeah, this was great.
Tamika, thank you. It was a privilege to join this with you.
Once again, thank you for joining us today. I thought this was very insightful, especially at the top of the year. So hopefully you found it insightful. And for those of you who are aspiring entrepreneurs and you have questions and you want a consultation, please make sure that you do reach out directly. Information will be provided to you, or you can scan the QR code. So thanks again and see you in the next video.